Hello, class. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on some transfer updates. We start with this Wolverhampton Wanderers defensive midfielder, Ruben Neves, which Barca have been monitoring ever since. It has been reported that English giants Manchester United are willing to splash 85 million euros for the 25-year-old Barcelona target. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Secondly, talking about Antoine Griezmann, as it has been reported that Barcelona are very close, to 20 million plus 4 million add-ons for the out of favor forward. We are also going to be discussing about that. So guys, before we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona have set their sights on a move for Ruben Neves in the summer of 2023 as a long-term replacement for Sergio Busquets. However, as relayed by Spanish outlet Sport, they are now facing competition from Premier League giants Manchester United for the signing of the Wolves midfielder. Neves has been with the Midlands outfit since 2017 and has steadily established himself as one of the most consistent performers in the English top flight. A permanent presence in the center of the park for his club, the 25-year-old is also an integral part of the Portuguese national team, and his growth has not, been lost on Barcelona, who are targeting a move for the former FC Porto man, as they wish to bring in a replacement for Busquets. The club captain is out of contract at the end of this season and is being linked with a move to MLS, as we all know. His departure will leave a very huge void in the middle of the park for Barca, something they are hoping to fill that vacancy with Neves' signing. But Manchester United have now entered the race to sign the Portuguese international next summer, despite having invested so heavily to sign Casemiro from Real Madrid last summer. It seems like the Red Devils want another midfielder in their ranks. Neves, to that end, has emerged as a strong candidate for the club, given his qualities and proven pedigree in the Premier League. To that end, Eric Ten Hag's side are even open to splashing as much as 85 million euros to sign Ruben Neves from Wolves. If Manchester United table such a big offer, it could become so difficult for Barcelona to match that, which might force the club to look at alternatives such as Martin Zubimendi, although he's closing in on a contract renewal with Real Sociedad. However, the Blaugrana might have an advantage in the race, though, as they have a solid relationship with Neves' agent, Jorge Mendes. On top of that, recent reports claim that the midfielder had turned down United as well as Liverpool already to wait for an opportunity to join FC Barcelona. Neves' contract with Wolves runs until 2024, meaning he will enter the final year of his deal in the summer. Whether Barcelona can leverage their relationship with Jorge Mendes and the player's desire to join them to beat Manchester United in the race will be interesting to see. Absolutely interesting to see. Of course, Neves have been linked with Barca for a very long time, and Barcelona, from the look of things, have not given up on Neves, as they see him as a good replacement for Busquets, who will definitely leave Barcelona when his contract expires at the end of this season. Definitely Barcelona's first choice have been Martin Zubimendi all along, but yesterday's report came as a big blow, as we even heard from the mouth of Real Sociedad president saying that Ruben Neves will definitely extend his contract at his boyhood club. So Barcelona, from the look of things, are trying to move on from that terrible news. Because Zubimendi have been that kind of player that they see him as a like-for-like replacement for Busquets. They have similar ways of playing and everything like that. And, let's not forget that Busquets is a kind of player that you hardly see a similar profile like him, right? Busquets is just so different. Like, even look at the DMs that we have. Frankie de Jong is quite different from Busquets. Normally, Busquets is a typical Barca type DM. compared to Frankie de Jong. That's why we see Barca have not been talking about, okay, let's just put Frankie de Jong there because Frankie is also a DM. Why is Barca trying to reiterate on bringing another player where we have Kessie who can play DM, we have Frankie de Jong who can play DM? It's just because Barca wants that similar profile to Busquets. And Martin Zubimendi was Barca's top choice, Xavi's top choice. But to the greatest shock, Zubimendi is prioritizing an extension of contract at Real Sociedad, where he loves so much. So Barca just have no choice than to move on. Ruben Neves was another choice that have been long on the radars of FC Barcelona, and Barcelona are trying to see if they will go for him next summer. But now getting the reports of Manchester United making a bid of 85 million euros for Neves, it's going to be difficult for Barca to ever match that. We can never buy no player for up to that amount. This, especially looking at the current financial situation that we are going through. So, as the report says, except Barca can exploit that good relationship that they have with Ruben Neves' agent, Jorge Mendes, and also for the fact that Ruben Neves prioritized a move to Barca than to United, according to reports, that could also play a big role. So let's see if that works out or not. So it's going to be interesting to see how this ends up. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, according to Sport, the agreement between Barcelona and Athletic Club Madrid for the permanent transfer of Antoine Griezmann has now been officially completed. The two clubs had been at loggerheads over the 40 million permanent transfer fee obligation for months now, so much so that Atletico had resorted to using the star forward for less than 30 minutes per game to exploit a loophole in the agreement and avoid paying that fee. Having initially considered legal action against their La Liga rivals, Barcelona reneged on the move and instead began negotiations with Atleti to reach a compromise on the transfer fee for the 2018 FIFA World Cup winner. Finally, earlier this week, the two clubs reached an agreement over a fee of around 20 million euros plus add-ons, with Griezmann poised to sign a contract with the Los Blancos until 2027. Now, Sport is reporting that the deal has been officially closed, even though there is no announcement from either club about the transfer. As per the report, Barcelona will receive a payment of 20 million euros in fixed fees, plus another 4 million euros in variables to part ways with Antoine Griezmann permanently. The 31-year-old had joined the Catalans back in 2019, arriving on a massive fee of around 120 million euros. He never really got going at Spotify Camp Nou, though struggling to make the kind of impact expected of him. Having fallen out of favor, Antoine Griezmann returned to Atletico last year on loan. He took a very huge pay cut to secure a move back to his old stomping ground. Now the Frenchman is reported to have agreed to another salary cut to make his permanent transfer feasible for the Colchoneros. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.